It was just another Monday, neither rainy nor sunny. The sky seemed as confused as he was. Alex woke up with that familiar feeling, a tightness in his chest, a kind of screaming silence inside. Everything in him hurt, but it wasn't physical. It was as if he was tired of existing. He had been fighting for so long, trying to grow, improve, do everything right, but the world didn't seem to notice. The bills arrived, dreams got delayed. And the mirror? The mirror showed someone he no longer recognized. I'm just garbage, he thought. A burden. A mistake. But even thinking this, he breathed, and just by breathing he continued. That morning Alex decided not to pretend. He didn't get up with strength. He didn't smile at his coffee. He just sat on the living room floor, leaning against the wall, letting the tears fall, silent but sincere. And there, in the middle of nowhere, something strange happened. A notification sound on his phone. A message. It was from his younger sister, whom he hadn't seen in months. It said, "I dreamed about you last night. You were in a field of sunflowers, wearing a blue jacket with a notebook in your hand, and you were smiling. I don't know why, but I felt I needed to tell you. You will bloom one day. Love you." Alex closed his eyes. He didn't know if he believed in dreams, much less in sunflowers, but for the first time in days, he felt a small warmth inside, like a tiny candle, lit in the middle of darkness. He didn't have an epiphany. He didn't solve his life, but that night before bed he wrote in his notebook, "Today I cried, but I also breathed, and maybe that's already a beginning." The next day, Alex woke up with eyes still swollen. He hadn't slept well, but he had written, and that was already something. The phrase still echoed in his head, "You will bloom one day." But Alex still felt like garbage, a nothing in the middle of the world, as if everything he tried to do slipped through his fingers. And worse, it seemed that nobody noticed how tired he was. He put on an old hoodie and went out for a walk with no destination. The world outside kept turning as if nothing was wrong. People laughing at the bakery, cars honking, the timid sun trying to break through the clouds. They live, and I survive, he thought. That's when he saw her, sitting on a sidewalk. An elderly woman in her 80s was feeding pigeons with pieces of bread. She wore a purple beret and had a gentle look, like someone who had seen a lot of pain but still smiled. Alex, without understanding why, stopped. The woman looked at him and said, "You look like someone who needs coffee and a little silence." He smiled weakly, embarrassed, but sat down beside her. He didn't say anything for a while until, without meaning to, he said, "There are days I feel like garbage, as if everything about me is flawed, as if the world doesn't need me." The woman simply nodded and replied, "My child, garbage doesn't breathe, garbage doesn't feel, garbage doesn't care. And garbage doesn't cry because it's trying so hard. You're just tired. That's very different." Alex felt his throat tighten. It was as if she had seen inside him. He tried to hold back his tears but couldn't. And her? She just continued smiling with tenderness. Sometimes what you think is weakness is just the weight of carrying the world for too long. Those who feel deeply live deeply. You just need to learn to take care of that heart the same way you care for others. They stayed there for a few more minutes in silence, and for the first time in a long time Alex felt that maybe he wasn't so lost after all. On his way home he wrote, "Today I heard garbage doesn't cry, so maybe that's not what I am. I'm just trying to survive, and that is already fighting."
If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Supporting this channel is more than just a click. It's being part of something that can reach those silently struggling too. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And don't forget, the next video is already on your screen. Click it and continue this journey with us, because surviving is already fighting.